Hey, what's up, Nerd Squad? We're back with another NFL record prediction. Before I get started, make sure to subscribe and leave a thumbs up. Let me know your record prediction for your favorite team in the comments section down below. And let's jump right into it today. We're going to be doing the Buffalo Bills record prediction. Right off the bat, the Bills, I believe, have a top 3 defense. I see a lot of improvement in Josh Allen. You know, they obviously got Stephon Diggs. John Brown and Cole Beasley are still playing, you know, at least like decent, you know, number 2 and 3 wide receivers. I like Devin Singletary. I think they have a good system going here. I really like what they're doing here. So, jumping into week 1, we have the Jets at the Bills. I just don't really like what the Jets are doing on offense. I'm really not a huge fan of Sam Darnold. I like Le'Veon Bell, but I don't think he'll really be all that great this year. I know he had a really bad year in 2019. The Jets did improve their O-line. That is something that I do applaud them for. They have a good defense, but I think the Bills take this one. And I actually see them sweeping the Jets. The Jets they don't really seem to be able to get it going on offense, and I don't think their defense will be enough to really win them, you know, many games. Week 2, we have the Bills at the Dolphins. The Dolphins seem to do at least pretty well in division games. I think they'll actually split with the Bills. The Dolphins, yeah, they're currently in a rebuild, but I feel like their defense has improved. I really like that secondary, especially their corners. They have Byron Jones, Xavier Howard. They drafted Noah Igbinoghene. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe they actually have Aqib Talib as well. So I like what they're doing on that secondary. Yeah, they're still rebuilding, but I think they'll split with the Bills at least, and I think they'll win in their appropriate stadiums. Week 3, we have the Rams at the Bills. If you watch my Rams prediction, I said this one I think will be the upset of the week there. I do think the Bills are the better team. I feel like the Rams lost a lot this offseason, but again, upsets happen all the time in the NFL, and I think the Rams will upset them. I really do. Week 4, we have the Bills at the Raiders. Raiders are kind of a team that I feel like hasn't really gotten much respect lately. I know Broncos are, on the rise. Chiefs are one of, if not the best team in the NFL. Plus, some people kind of tend to think the Chargers will be good. I'm kind of not really agreeing with that one. They have a good defense, but, offensively, I don't like what they're doing. The Raiders, I feel like, are the complete opposite. I like what they're doing on offense. I think they'll have a lot of talent at the receiver position this year. Josh Jacobs is really good. They still have a top O-line in the league. Their defense, yeah, it's very questionable. But I think this will kind of be one of those upsets as well. John Gruden, I feel like, is a very underrated coach. And I feel like this will really come down to maybe a field goal. I could definitely see it going either way. I think the Bills are still the favorites in this game, but again, upsets happen. And the Raiders, at least in 2019, made quite a few upsets happen, so I won't be that surprised if this happens here too. Week 5, we have the Bills at the Titans. I have the Bills actually winning this one. Titans will still be a good team. They really will. I have them winning the AFC South. They have a good defense still. I love A.J. Brown. I still think Derrick Henry is tied with McCaffrey as the best running back in the league. But the Bills' defense is just too elite for the Titans to really do much. And I think it'll be a low-scoring game, but I think the Bills take it. Week 6, we have the Chiefs at the Bills. I think this one will be a little bit of an upset in the Bills' favor. Chiefs, like I said, they're one of, if not the best team in the NFL. But I can't just have them going undefeated, okay? They have a much better defense. The Chiefs' defense is much better than it had previously been, and their offense is still extremely elite. I see this being a really fun game to watch, but this will be an upset, I think, in the Bills' favor. I can't just have the Chiefs going undefeated, I think it takes a lot of the fun out of it, and upsets happen in this league. They really do. Jumping into Week 8, we have the Patriots at the Bills. I think they'll split. Patriots, I feel like have honestly almost been kind of disrespected this offseason. They don't have Tom Brady anymore, but their defense will still be top 10. They still have a good O-line. Yeah, they don't really have a surefire quarterback, but when it comes to division games, I feel like the Patriots just do really well against the Bills, I feel like that defense will, really scare Josh Allen again, and I think they'll split. I really do. Week 9, we have the Seahawks at the Bills. Seahawks, I'm not expecting to be, a 13-3 type of team, but, no matter what holes they have on their roster, they always find a way to go at least 10-6 or 11-5. I think the Seahawks have too much firepower on that offense, and they fixed up their offensive line a little bit too. They made a lot of moves, trying to find guys to, fill in there. I think they did good at that. They didn't have that great of a draft, but, their defense is still passable. And like I said, that offense is just too good right now. I think the Seahawks take it. Week 10, we have the Bills at the Cardinals. Cardinals are a good team. They're definitely on the rise, though. If they don't make the playoffs this year, I think they will next year. I think they're a much improved team. But their defense is still too much of a question mark for me. And I think the Bills are currently, a little bit more complete. Coming off the bye week, I have the Bills beating the Chargers in a pretty close game. Low scoring. I just don't think the Chargers are well prepared on offense to really do a whole lot. So I have the Bills winning that one. Week 13, we have the Bills at the 49ers. This one's going to be a bloodbath. This one's going to be fun to watch. I feel like there's going to be quite a few sacks. A lot of turnovers. It's going to be a defensive bloodbath, but I think the 49ers take it. I see both teams scoring, early 20s, maybe late teens. Something along the lines of, 20-17 or something. But I think the 49ers pull that off. Week 14, we have the Steelers at the Bills. This one I could see going either way. They both have elite defenses, but I think the Bills have a little bit more equipped of an offense to handle it, and overall, I'd still say the Bills' defense is a little bit better than the Steelers. Um, but again, I can see it going either way. The Bills at the Broncos. Broncos, I do expect to be, better this year, but I don't think they're going to be anything too special. Somewhere in the 9-7 type of range. I just don't think their defense is quite what it was, back in 2015. It's definitely gone downhill a little bit. Still question marks on that offensive line, in my opinion. I don't see the Broncos really winning this one. And then I already talked about the Patriots and Dolphins games. I think those games will be, splits. So overall, I have the Bills going 10-6. I think their floor is somewhere in the 8-8 and 9-7 range, and their ceiling is honestly like 13-3 type of range. They've got a few pretty easy games in here, but they also have their fair share of hard games. If that Rams and Raiders game doesn't end up or don't end up being upsets, there's 2 more wins for them right off the bat. We could see the Bills sweep the Dolphins or the Patriots for that matter. Seahawks are still a winnable game. I see anywhere between 9-7 and 13-3, but I think they'll land right at that 10-6 mark. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know if I was a little bit too high on the Bills or if I'm not giving them enough credit here. And I will see you next time. Later.